All right, let's do a quick look at how we're doing on these 20 Apex accounts that I tried to pass. Now, I actually realized that was too many for me. We had blown about 6 of them. I only have 14. I'm going to keep 14 of them. And what we're down to now is about 11 that are still active at the moment, and they're over halfway past. I'll show you that. So out of 20, I have 11 that's halfway past, and I'm excited about that. But I've learned not to take a big hit on them, and I'm going to go over my strategy for that right now. So let's take a look at that real quick on how many we got left here. You can see we start with 50,000 on the 50K accounts. And we've got all these right up here, that are 51 and a half, most of them, and almost 51 and a half. So I'm halfway to passing 11 of these Apex accounts. All right. And down here we have the ones that are in 48 that one of these I'm going to go ahead and get rid of. I'm going to keep the other 3. They'll renew back to 50K, and I can start all over again, which is interesting. I like that. Okay, but I'm not trying to blow these. And I would probably still be, instead of having 14, I'd probably have about 18, only down 2 if I had done this right. And so what I did was I made a big mistake, and I copy pasted 5 of them at once, which for my first trade, I don't want to be copy pasting anything. So right here on this down drop, this was one account that had fallen. One account had fallen right here, and then I went all this way up with 19 accounts. And then I decided one day, well, I must be doing good. Let me start my trade off on my first levels with 5. And if I'm going to lose an account, or if it's going to be on my first trade of the day. So on my first trade of the day, I don't do more than 1 now. Okay, so with 1 Apex account, this was 1 Apex account. The rest of my Apex accounts were doing good that day, and everything was profitable throughout the next few weeks. And then starting off on this day right here, I copy pasted 5 accounts at once, and all my other trades were doing good that day, and 5 of those accounts blew up. $2,500 drawdowns on all of them. So that's $12,500. Had a good day, lost. I said, I'll just do 2 this time. And then I lost 2 accounts right here because I copy pasted on my first trade instead of waiting for multiple layers down to get long like I do now. And so I copy pasted. That was the last time I copy pasted on my first trade. So I will copy paste 2 or 3 accounts, but not on the first trade of the day. The first trade of the day can be the highest levels, and and on a day where they blow, you can't quite break even, and you keep trying and it blows. So right here was another day where I only had 1 account that I lost. You see how little that is? Right here, 1 account. And I'm already back up to that level already. All right, but I copy pasted 3 accounts here, but they weren't the first trade. So I don't know if that makes any sense. When I'm coming in to trade, I'm using different accounts at different levels. So this account might be, starting at a higher level, and then this account might start at a lower level, and then before you know it, I'm at a really good level where I'm copy pasting because it's the best levels. I don't know if that makes any sense. Using Fibonacci, of course, we will draw Fibonacci levels. And I'll take the first level. I was taking that first level down. Say it wants to pull back to 50%. Drops down to 50%. And then I will get in on one of my accounts looking for a bounce back up. If that level breaks, I'll look for the next level on a different account, and then the next level on a different account, until eventually I do find support and I get a nice bounce. These usually bounce up and make some, and I usually can break even, but sometimes that first level just keeps going and going and going and going. And although the other ones might have a nice bounce profit, 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 the first one can sometimes get blown. And, that's just trying to pass these Apex accounts in a way that I can do it faster. But I don't think I'm going to be trading that way in real life. I got my trend line break strategy, my Fibonacci levels that I like to use. But see, you never really know when it's going to bounce. So, there's nothing wrong with trying a Fibonacci level here and then with 1 micro, okay? And if it goes up, great. If it keeps going down and I can add another micro to it and it bounces up and I make more, that's even better. That's the goal. Or if I'm down like this and I add 3 micros and it bounces, that's really good. Or I can just add 1 micro to a brand new account and start fresh with 1 micro looking for the bounce off the Fibonacci levels. So I'm looking for Fibonacci level bounces using each account at a different level, so they're not all in at the same level, because that's what happened here when I lost these 5 accounts right here on this big gigantic day down right here. I had 5 accounts at the first level, and I just could not get it out of the downfall on time. And so that was a blown account. It should have just been 1 account, but it was 5. And then this day right here should have just been 1 account, but I had 2. Now I finally learned, just do 1 at a time on the first level. Don't copy paste a bunch of accounts on your first levels, because sometimes those first levels of Fibonacci levels don't hold up, right? So you have to be careful with that. All right, I don't know if that makes any sense. It's just my way of trading with micros, building positions as price, bounces off Fibonacci levels and structure, right? Support and resistance, order blocks, and all that business. Bounces off volume profiles and whatnot. Price is going to eventually bounce. And the strategy is to not go all in on 1 account at one time on 1 level, because you have to spread the risk. And spreading the risk to different accounts, in other words, this account will be at 1 level, this account will be at a different level, this account will be at a different level, and eventually I'm starting off here, and then I'm here and here and here. Somewhere it's going to bounce off one of these Fibonacci levels. And what we see here is if I can get it right in terms of not blowing all my accounts on 1 level. In other words, if this day right here, if these 2 days had only been 1 account each, I'd be up in the green right here still. I know it, because my loss would have been probably, let's look at it here. My loss would have only been right here with 1 account. I would have had one the next day, 1 account up, 1 account, and then I'm back up here. I would probably be right over here around the $4,000 range had I not blown 5 accounts at once and then 2 accounts at once, because the other 2 times I had drawdowns, as you can see over here on the right side, the other times I had drawdowns, it was 1 account each, and that would have kept me in the green altogether. Right here, 1 account, 1 account, and these are the only 4 days that I've had drawdowns, right? 4 days that I've had drawdowns in that time period. So we're talking about May, June, July. What's July? This is July so far, right here, looking good. This was not a loss. It was just because I started my trading before midnight and it carried over. So we're all green right now on July. Now let's take a look at June. What happened in June? Take a look at that here. Let's go boom, boom on June. And you can see I had 3 days on June, right? 3 days on June. And if that was 1 account, and that was 1 account, and I didn't have, let's see, that was 5 accounts and that was 2. 6 accounts I could have avoided losing, right, at $2,500 each, right? That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't even want to add that up. That's over $12,000. Okay, I would still be green on my overall daily P&L right here. I would still be green. It would be up here somewhere. It would be probably right up in this area somewhere. Okay, so I'm learning. I'm learning more and more as time goes on. Okay, so anyway, that's what we're doing so far. The strategy is to bounce off Fibonacci levels, to use multiple accounts at different levels, to not go in heavy all at once, too early, too quickly, and to break even on the losing trades. What I was going to say here is let's look at my daily P&L and my 92% win rate, right? But because I blew so many big accounts at once, that's why I'm red. That's why this exists right here. Okay, let's get rid of that again. Let's get rid of that whole thing. Yeah, there you go. So I'm down $3,000, right? I'm down $3,000. I should be up at least $3,000 instead. I blew 5 accounts here, 2 accounts here instead of 1, 1, 1, and 1. We have a 93% win rate on this particular strategy, right? And I think it's going to be a winning strategy if I can just not blow more than 1 account at a time. I'm not trying to blow accounts. I'm definitely trying to break even. I'm definitely trying to have a smaller loss, but sometimes it happens. That's not my intention or my goal. It's just to blow accounts. If it was, I would have a lot more accounts blown than what I have here. I mean, I still have my accounts 1, 2, 3. I've got my account 1, 2 up to 5 still, right? I'm still in my first 20 accounts, okay? And let's see, 6 of them I have given up, and I have 14 left. So one of these is actually going to expire. So I've got 1. Let's see how many I got here. I got, let's see, 1. Let's do yellow. I got, let's do it like this. Okay, let's go in closer and draw. Let's see, these are all over, about halfway to passing too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 accounts that are halfway to passing right now. Okay, so if I was just trying to blow accounts and be reckless and be stupid, then I would be, have a lot more blown accounts than this, in my opinion. I'm taking my time. This has been months of me just slowly etching my way up. So I think that, to not have any blown accounts, that's a really good trader. I'm not that good yet. I'm sure people can do this without blowing any accounts, and that's what I thought I was going to do. But I'm pretty happy that I have over half of these that are almost halfway ready to pass. Okay, 3 of these are going to renew to 50,000 here in a couple of weeks, and I'll be starting with those back into my levels, and I'll be trying to build these back up higher and higher until they get to 50,300, 53,000. These 50Ks have to be up 3,000. So instead of 50K each, I got to get them to $53,000 to pass them. And I'm up to 51.5 on most of those. So anyway, that's the update. That's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Slowly but surely making progress. My next video will probably be, hopefully, when I get this back up into the green, Lord willing, and we get closer and closer to passing. So I'll see you on the next video. All right, take care. Peace.